What's up, everybody? This is your boy Chris Reed Beats, and I am back with another video. Listen, in this video, we're going to be checking out this sound and how you can recreate a sound like this. So the first thing that we have to recognize about this sound is being generated through polytone, and it's using velocity as well as filters in order to change the sound. Each of these notes are one note, but they're also being played by scales and chord, which is actually turning it into a chord and not just one note. Polytone is really actually able to play some really cool sounds. And what we're doing is we're using the velocity of the amp in order to make it sound like it's doing that growing and evolving, but as well as the filter envelope. As we change the filter envelope, you'll hear a difference in the sound. So if we make the attack shorter, then it's going to have a shorter sound. And somewhere in between there is that sweet spot where we get a little growl and we get a little bit of that choppy sound. One thing that I want to do with this track is actually make it grow over time. So I want the beginning of it to be very simple, and then I want it to get complex over time. And the way that I'm going to do that is through automation. I'm going to automate the amount of notes that are playing inside of scales and chords. I'm also going to automate the mode that this polytone plays in. And I'm also going to automate the amount of frequencer on the filter that's going to be changed. We'll start with our intro having the regular amount of notes, which is 3 notes. But when we get into our verse, I want those notes to increase from 3 to 5. So I think we're going to have it go from 3 at first. And then over time, it's going to grow into 5. And then it's going to finish off into this hook area with 5 notes. And then I'm going to have the filter frequency that's going to be growing over time. So we're just going to start it somewhere, and then we're just going to have it grow over time. So we're just going to have it start at its base, and it's going to grow over time. And then for our layer mode, same thing. We want the layer mode to start off at single. But then once we start getting over here into this fun area, we want it to switch over into morph mode. OK, and if we do these automation changes, then this will be how our instrument will sound. And then we're going to have it come back to the beginning where it's nice and simple, nice and choppy. Really like the way that that sounds. Now for a added layer of effects, I also included in this echo device, but we have it set to roll, and my roll is set to my sustain pedal. And all that is every time I click on the sustain pedal, the roll will activate. So for example, we could play something like this. And that would be our pattern that we would use for the echo. And we would just repeat that pattern throughout every time that it plays that pattern. We just basically just repeat that pattern. But I also had another way that I wanted to do it, which was just to hold the roll for the entire time. So in this mode, it would just play for the entire way. The only thing about this is you just need a moment for it to play the first chord, and then it will roll the rest of it. When you start to build up that sound, you start to build up, everything that's happening there. You can get really creative in the way that everything sounds. Okay, so now I want to add in some drums. And after we add in these drums, we'll kind of hear how everything sounds together.